Hey guys, what is going on? So I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to progress and start tracking stuff and start changing my diet and whatnot. And I feel like what I said in the last video might be a little bit misleading just because I've kind of had more time to think about it. But so basically, if you didn't listen to anything I said in the past or you didn't watch it or whatever, I don't know if anybody is watching these now, but maybe down the road people will watch these and find something that they need from it. But I got, the Naked Labs body scanner. Told, all my things I'm going to start tracking, doing it once a week. That's what they recommend. And my plan was to kind of be in a round of maintenance. And if I was in a slight surplus or a slight deficit, see how that affected my muscle, lean body mass, my fat percentage, stuff like that. And then I would kind of adjust accordingly depending on what I felt like. So basically, if I was gaining muscle, I would just say, all right, well, my body is ready to continue to gain muscle. I'll do that. If I was losing fat, I'd be like, all right, let me just keep doing that. So that was kind of my initial plan. Then I started buying these aminos. So I bought, and I've already talked about these, but this amino energy, I got a different flavor that I actually like, which is cotton candy. And then I've had these in the past, the real essential aminos. These are pretty expensive. These are pretty cheap. So I wanted to see, I had really good results with these. But I don't know if, it's because of these or it's just because my training and diet was on point back then. And then I wanted to see, hey, these are also essential aminos, different ratio. But technically there's more aminos in here, and it's significantly cheaper. It's literally like half the price. And this has a little bit of caffeine in it. So I don't know if there's some magic, like there's this, this ratio that the real aminos have that they say is amazing. Again, I got really good results when I was on it, and people have talked about it being good, and the taste and mixability is very good, so there's that. But the amount of aminos in here is so small. Now I'm starting to question it, and I've started to do a little bit more research on other aminos. So I have these two. I've been taking both of them, and I've basically been trying to conserve these. So I would take, I'd take some directly after my workout, and then I'd take some a little bit before bed, while still trying to stay in my fasting window. And I would take these on workout days, whereas I would take this amino energy like every day. And that was kind of what I was doing. But then my friend recommended this Grunt EAA that I just got the other day. And that has, significantly more aminos than either of these do. And it was super on sale. That's the only reason I got it. Like, I was just going to look at it and see what it was like. And I was going to continue with these. But it was like this really good sale. It was like $42 for 90 servings, which is crazy. Especially for the amount of aminos that were in there. So I got that, and now I'm just trying to be like, all right, how can I experiment with these? Like, how can I see what works? I kind of, I'm running the same program right now that I did on my first round when I had these. And, let's say it works. Would I attribute that working to the aminos? Because my diet is pretty much the same. My training is pretty much the same. Would I attribute it to the aminos, or would I attribute it to, the diet and the workout? So it's kind of weird as far as experimentation goes. I kind of want to not take this and keep taking these to see, because this is a cheaper option, first of all. So I kind of want to save these and see if they can maybe do something down the line. And then that other EAA that I got, maybe, finish off these, the optimum nutrition ones, and then move on to the other essential aminos that I got. And if I notice that I'm not getting good results during that time, then I might switch and continue on the same program and use the real ones. And if I then start getting, I'm going to keep the diet the same and everything like that. So, and really we're just trying to gain muscle at this point, because with all these aminos, I just really want to see. So the cut is going to have to wait a little bit. If I lose fat, that's great, but that's really not my goal right now. I just kind of want to see if I can replicate what I did last time. Because if I can get another round of that, it's going to up my lifts a pretty good amount. So basically, I'm just going to experiment and be like, hey, let's try these, see if these are a valid replacement. If not, go on to the next one. If those can't be a valid replacement, like if I'm not getting results on either of those with the same program, with the same diet, then try this. And then if this doesn't work, then we'll see that, basically it was just like a one-time thing and it had nothing to do, like maybe the program wasn't great, or maybe, I don't know. It's going to be a long going experiment with these aminos, but basically I've dropped whey protein in its entirety, and I don't miss it at all. I definitely prefer mixing aminos in water, as opposed to, I can't drink protein without milk, and that just makes me have a bunch of big glasses full of caked on stuff that is just harder to clean and just annoying, and I don't like taking whey protein in general. So I'm just going to replace it with the aminos. And my diet is a little bit better. It's a little bit more balanced than it has been throughout my, teenage years and early adulthood. So that's my, weird idea with aminos. I just wanted to share that. It's going to be a little bit more of like a trial and error experiment type thing. So that's where I'm at now. In terms of lifts in the gym, I'm doing more of a speed-based program, so I have no idea if they're going up. I'm just trying to get clean reps and then do a little bit of hypertrophy work at the end. And those speed reps will turn into, higher percentages of my 1 rep max. And eventually, this program should see me, if I have it in me, to reach new PRs pretty soon. So I think I should be able to see if these aminos have a positive effect in not too long. So it won't be a ton of weeks before I see if, they're really having the same effect that they did last time. Or at least aminos in general. Again, I'm not going to be doing the real ones right away. I'm just going to stay off them a bit. So anyway, that's that. Focusing on strength right now and a little bit of hypertrophy in my weak areas. So I'm not really training like I feel like my chest has gotten a lot of good work in the past several months. My quads have as well. Maybe my triceps are lagging a bit. My back I've started to bring up a bit, but I feel like that's a weak point of mine. So low back, hamstrings, stuff like that are things that I really want to hit. So I'm basically doing speed work with my main lifts, and then hypertrophy work and just general working on form on different lifts with other exercises on my weak point. So I'm doing that. And then the last thing I want to say, I feel like I have to mention this. So I'm a big time Burger King fan, and they just released this triple stacker burger that I loved in the past. They brought it back, but they made it bigger. And so my diet has been consisting of those as well. So I've had the same diet, except I'm adding those. I'm looking to just kind of get sick of them right now. I have this craving for them all the time now because I think they're so good. I'm trying to get it out of my system, and then I'll go back to the regular diet. So that can definitely skew things. I don't want to mislead anybody and say that like I'm having the exact same diet, because it is slightly different because of that. But otherwise, same diet that I had before. So I'm going to try and get that out of my system. Maybe I'll get some gains on all those calories, because that is a lot of calories. That's a big burger. But that's where I'm at right now. That is what I'm doing, and I will make a video on Friday, see if I have any changes, and I will keep those coming every week, as long as they're worth sharing. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll keep you updated.